When I actually think like, what is my perfect man? I always would love a tree surgeon. Like I'd love a tree surgeon.
Someone that's good at dealing with wood. On today's episode, I have got the wonderful Katie Atkin.
When I was in my relationship with my ex-fiance and everything was great on this, you know, we loved each other a lot and cared about each other a lot. I started having night terrors in the last 2-3 years where I would wake up and I would feel like the room was filling with water and I would scream and I would shout. I found myself like undressed in a hotel lobby.
She is a huge country music fan and has started a podcast called Girls in Low Places. She has interviewed already some of the biggest names in country music. Now, how she started her podcast is a very interesting story indeed, which we will be learning about.
We actually got offered Billy Ray Cyrus the other day to interview. Yeah, it's in the works. But but I mean, the Hannah Montana of it all for me. I was like,
I'd come. Can I come?
Oh my God, we have to go to LA.
Oh, you have to go to LA?
Yeah.
That's my babe, even better. Has been any dating?
We were a bit on and off.
Okay.
But we had like a big end last year. At the ripe old age of 35,
right.
He decided in an argument to bring his mum into it. So he left he stormed out the house.
Yeah.
And I was like, fine, we'll call him down, fine, whatever. He comes back in and I look at his shoes and I go, they're weird shoes. And I look up and it's his mum.
I'm going to be learning all about her wonderful life, predicting a few things for her, including what's going to be happening with her romantic life and lots more. So stay tuned and let me introduce you to the fabulous Katie Atkin. Okay, so Katie, thank you so much for being here today. It's wonderful to see you.
I literally can't believe I'm here as a guest. Normally it's me doing the interviewing. So
I know,
I'm like,
right?
What is happening here?
Because you have got such a successful podcast yourself, which you're going to get on and talk about in a second, all about country music, which is so popular these days, isn't it?
It's popping.
So popular.
It's popping. I think it's the third biggest genre in the UK right now for music. Which is quite a crazy stat.
I was just talking to somebody the other day because I was on tour and I can't remember what theatre I was in, but the general manager was having a chat with me and just came in the dressing room and having a chat as we do. And was saying that, you know, all the kind of tribute shows that you used to see years ago in theatres like ABBA and all of those, yeah, they're still going around and, you know, some are doing great, but it's the country music that's coming that just sells out so fast.
Yeah, the tribute, because we don't have those US acts here on tap. So if you have a tribute, you want to go and see them. It's one way you can access that act, that Luke Combs tribute, that, you know, Morgan Wallen tribute, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's a way you can go and see them without having to go all the way to Nashville. But I will say that the actual acts are now starting to really come over in their droves. Like, I'm going to go see Casey Musgraves today. She announced that she was doing a show last week. She just said, I'm going to go launch my album in London. So, you know, it does feel like every week there's a new country artist in town, which is great.
That is fantastic.
It's great for the UK.
It really is.
Thrilled.
Yeah. I'm surprised by how many. I mean, I've got family that love country. I've got friends that love country. I'm getting into country as well myself. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic. But let's go right back to the very beginning of little Katie Atkin.
Oh my God.
So where did you grow up? Like, tell me about your family dynamics, where you grew up, who you were as a little girl growing up, everything. Tell me it all.
Oh my God. How long have you got? Basically,
I've got all day. This sounds juicy already.
Oh my God. So basically, I mean, I think I was quite like a show-offy girly. I was quite bossy as a child, I'd say. My family would say. I grew up in Surrey and then my family moved to Hong Kong when I was about 16.
Oh my gosh, Hong Kong.
Yes. So, but basically, I then went to boarding school and I chose to do musical theatre. So I trained in musical theatre. Stop it, I knew you were a musical theatre, darling.
Did you?
I did, I could just tell.
We can spot you from a mile away.
Yeah, we can. But I got nodules, or like I had problems with my voice when I was sort of about 18. And also I was very much like told I was going to be a character actress. And I know that you know this, that like if you're 18 and you're going to play those character actresses, like let's say Madame Thénardier in Les Mis or something like that, you're kind of told, well, you're not really going to be able to do it for a couple of years because you're not old enough. You know, you're 18, so you're not really going to be, you're going to have to be in the back being a tree for a long time. And as I said, I was quite like a bossy child, I'd say, bossy. And like, you know, I wanted things the way I wanted things. And I just knew that I don't know if I was going to be able to cope being like in that industry. I have so many friends who do it and I was furiously jealous of them for my 20s. I was like, oh my God, maybe, you know, I wish I could have done it. But I chose not to, and I chose to go into a bit more of a normal career. And but there was something always in me that just was like wanted that proximity to music. Obviously, singing was the thing I loved to do. So country music really, for me, spoke to me at that point, because I think musical theatre and country music has really big parallels. Like it's all storytelling.
Absolutely.
It's very literal.
Yeah.
It is, it really paints a picture when you hear a country music song that you can really visualise. And that's the same with musical theatre. And it can be about really big topics, really tough topics. And another thing with musical theatre, I feel like once you've heard the verse and the chorus, you kind of get the song. You know the song, you get where it's going. Same with country music. Like by the second chorus of a song, you can probably sing along. And I think that has been something when I've been doing this podcast about country music, I've found that an awful lot of the people who I either interview or who work in country music, they generally do have some sort of theatre-y background.
Right.
Which is interesting, isn't it?
So growing up then, when you were little, how did you know right back from the beginning that you were the type of little girl that wanted to, whether it was singing, dancing, acting, how did you discover that?
I think I was just like really not sporty. So my parents were like, we need to channel this energy somewhere.
Oh, I was not sporty either.
No.
I never went to sports or PE at school.
No, just I'd be round the back smoking or doing something. No, I didn't, Mum. No, I didn't. No, not me. But like I would be doing something naughty. I'd be skiving it. I hated it. Hated it. Yeah.
I think because I was when I was at school, I was quite sensible. I never really got into trouble. So if I did skive, people just didn't really know that I wasn't there. And I could forge my mum's handwriting and signature as well.
Oh, that's always a good one.
Absolutely, yeah. So I could just get away with anything. They would never believe that little Stuart would lie. But I was never.
Look, they did believe that big Katie would lie, and I'd get in a lot of trouble all the time. I was always in detention. I was the only girl on report card. I was naughty. Very naughty.
We would have been friends.
Exactly. Because you'd have helped me get away with things. I'd have been in trouble. Your mum would have been like, no, can't have her around you. She's getting you into trouble.
Don't worry, Kate. I'll write you a note. I'll get you out of this stuff. Don't worry. See you on the back for a fag later.
Literally, there we are. There we are.
That's exactly what would happen.
Yeah.
So you were that kind of girl. And was there any sort of drama lesson at school, or did you go to a dance school or a sort of Amdram society or something?
Did a lot of Amdram. Cut my teeth, and like I feel like that is a very like fun place to be in your like coming of age years. Like so much drama that goes on behind the scenes. Like lots of my boyfriends were at Amdram.
Oh, really?
Lots, I just absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Like you'd always date older boys because you had more. Like I just loved it. I thought it was great. It was very much like where my social life was, but like a lot of people at the school I went to were very sporty, and like if you were cool, you were sporty, and if you weren't sporty, you weren't cool. Whereas I kind of was like, hi guys.
Me too. Me too, literally. Hi guys.
Yeah, so I sort of like weaseled my way in there. But to be honest, I think there's a lot more now. I don't know if you feel this. I feel like there's a lot more now for like encouraging kids to go in all sorts of different directions. And like, I feel like there's more to like, for like people who are interested in theatre and music and things like that. I think there's a lot more out there of support. At the time, I felt like I had to go find it myself and I had to go and figure it out myself.
I think there's a lot more, inclusivity as well. So, I think what schools are finding these days is, back in our day, if they're picking a team to play netball, basketball, football or rugby, you and I would probably be the ones that was just left standing there. No dudes want us on our team.
Yeah.
But I think these days it's all about inclusivity. So there's always some sport or some PE or gymnastics or whatever it is for that child to get involved with. Whereas years ago, it's what you're doing football and that's it, get out there. But it's raining, so tough, get out there.
Yeah, but it was character building though, wasn't it?
It was character
building. Made us funny, didn't it?
I would not have longevity in this career. I would not be able to be as thick-skinned as what I am now if I hadn't have had that character building.
I've also had an older brother all my life. Makes you funny. You funny. Like you have to be funny. It's like sink or swim when you've got an older brother and you're a girl.
And now we can handle rejection.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm still quite bad with that.
Are you?
I can process it, but I still find it tough.
Oh, you see, I don't know. I think because like when I was auditioning, I just get rejected all the time.
I never got to the point of auditioning. I never put not really. Like I did, obviously had to do it at school for the school stuff and stuff, but I never went into the work. I never had it as a career, so I never put myself in that position. And I think it would have completely taken me out. I think sometimes I have quite a like confident, harsh exterior, but I am extremely sensitive.
Yeah.
And I think that is the way with people who are quite extroverted, that I wouldn't say I'm masking for something else, but like if someone says, actually, no, I take a minute to like kind of process it. I won't have or maybe actually people would say I have a mentee bee, little mental breakdown, but I have to like get through it and then I'll be like, okay, cool, I've regulated and it's all fine. But yeah, I don't think I was actually tough enough for that rejection, which is why when I interview artists, I find it like so interesting how vulnerable they have to be in so many different ways.
Yes,
and I respect it because it's like when you kind of get close to thinking about doing something like that yourself and then you go, do you know what? I don't think I actually can handle it. And I don't think the people around me would have tolerated me not being able to handle it because I think I would probably be in a mental institution right now. Like I'm just not great at that stuff.
It's really funny because when I was at theatre school as well, you had like the teacher's favourites that always excelled at everything, that always at the front. They were chosen to be the leads in all the musicals and they're going to have the solo, they're going to do this.
Don't need to tell me twice.
When we all graduated, they were the ones that didn't work.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? When you're not expecting anything and you just go for shits and giggles and have fun with it, you get on.
Because also your energy, you're showing up with the right energy. That means people think, oh, I can go for a drink with them at the end of the day, and their ego's not going to get in the way. If I say, oh, can you change that? Can you do that?
Absolutely.
Can you do
Absolutely. You see, I've never had anybody blow smoke up my arse either. And I like that. I want people to be real with me.
Yeah, I'd much rather someone be self-deprecatingly humorous with me and like take the piss out of me rather than be like, oh my God, Katie, you're so great. And actually, sometimes I find when like I know maybe this is a bit of a jump, but like I was thinking about this the other day, like I actually find people saying well done to me about the thing I've built or saying I like it, or I actually find it quite uncomfortable to like receive sometimes. Like I almost feel guilty or like, oh, it's not that good. Oh, I'm just mucking about, or I'll never be like you. And I find it really hard. Sometimes I think, is that just like a British millennial thing that we're all like, oh, I'm terrible. Don't worry. It's all, I'm not very self-congratulatory, which I think is quite like, you know, something's working here with what I've done. And I think like I should be more self-congratulatory, but I think it's easy to just lean on like what keeps you safe, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. And I think we're from the generation as well that when people pay you a compliment, how you look or what you're wearing, or you look lovely, or really this whole thing, rather than just saying, oh, thank you.
Oh, no.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll literally be, I always say, oh, don't worry, I look like Christopher Biggins. Lots of people say.
Christopher Biggins, no.
No, my friend always says I look like Christopher Biggins. Or I get Mr. Bean a lot as well.
Mr. Bean?
Yeah.
You do not look like Mr. Bean.
No, there's something in the facial structure, honestly.
Really?
And my name's Katie Atkin and his name's Rowan Atkinson.
Atkinson, yeah.
So I feel like maybe we might be distantly related.
Oh, I don't know. Wow.
I don't know.
We'll have to do a family tree and see,
oh my God, let's get, what is it? Is it Davina?
Davina, Long Lost Families?
No, that's something else, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it? Oh,
that's when I've got a brother I didn't know about.
Oh, what did Davina do then, apart from that?
Is it Davina? Who else? Is it someone else? Maybe it's the same guy, but it's a different program. Who do you think you are?
Oh, who do you think you are? Yes, where they go back to your like ancestry.
Oh God, can you imagine?
Oh, I don't know what they dig up about me.
I'm like, I don't. I'd rather not.
I dread to think. Yeah, probably all bank robbers, things like that. They're all in prison. They were hung, drawn and quartered for doing this, that and the other. I bet.
I just don't want them to go so far back on my Instagram.
All I'm going to say is that when I started, realising that I wasn't normal and having visions of a second life or a previous life, I should say.
Is that how it happened?
Yeah. I was German, so I wouldn't even go any further.
Hello.
but do you know what I mean? This is it. Sometimes I'm like scared to dig into what I might find out. But no, I'd love to go there and kind of see the village that I said I came from.
What sort of time era was it?
Well, this is it. So when I was younger, I was having visions of the village that I lived in, the people that I belonged to, family. So I didn't believe that my family were my actual family here on this earth plane, who I was with. It was almost like I'd just been dumped and left. I was like, well, why am I here? So I didn't believe that my mum was my mum, my dad was my dad. And I kept saying, I'm from Germany. And I actually, at that young age, I named the village that I came from. And I said, it's with lots of trees. And when my mum researched into it, it was within the Black Forest in Germany. It was there. I know. I know.
Oh my God. So what age were you?
I was literally about 2 or 3. Since I could talk, I was saying this. So it's not as if I'd gone to like nursery school. It's not as if I'd gone to school and learnt it. It's not as if I'd watched a documentary on TV. I mean, I was watching
I don't think
Rainbow.
I knew Germany existed when I was 2 or 3.
Me neither. But I was talking
Unless I've been watching Fawlty
it.
Towers too much. I don't think I had.
But right, no, I hadn't learnt about it or anything. And that's how it all started with me. So it'll be interesting. I was actually talking to somebody the other day about this. I think it was Lauren Oakley when she was a guest on here. We're talking about hypnotism and how you can be hypnotised to be regressed. So maybe we should go together because I'm a little bit of a wimp. I don't like being out of control.
Oh, no.
So if I was to be hypnotised, you'd have to come with me and see
where we get. We'll be in
from.
German. If you start, can you speak German? Like have you learned German?
Hun, I went and did GCSE German. I failed.
Oh,
literally.
So it's annoying you can't tap back into that. That would be really helpful. You'd be like, and here's my language that I knew. Brilliant. That would be helpful.
Anyway, back to you.
Oh,
so,
no. I was more interested in this.
Oh, bless you. But, you've obviously had all the character building when you're at, this. So did you have any siblings that were into it? Like, what, did you have brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I've got an older brother.
Okay.
He definitely he can appreciate music. He loves music.
Okay.
My whole family's like into music, but no one is like, I would say like from a musical background or like, or a comedy background or anything like that. Like there's no reason why, I am the way I am other than I think just like, I think if I look back, I think my brother was funny. And therefore like when I was younger, I would try and like keep up and like be funny too. And then I learned quickly that at school, if you were kind of like class clown, made everyone laugh, you could become popular and people would like you. And also you could get away with not being the prettiest or not being the coolest or not being this, that and the other, because it was just such an easy way. And I think then it just sort of like builds from there. And then I think you sort of become a very, emotionally attuned person because of that. You sort of like you work off the other people that you're talking to, which I find now interviewing lots of American artists I've never met before, making them feel comfortable and bringing out funnier sides of them and bringing out their personality in a way that like an American interviewer maybe wouldn't, because in America they're quite like, so hello, how are you doing? Like, they're quite like straight with their interviews. And like I was like, oh, I think there's something else that could be brought out of American artists in a really British way. Yeah. And I just felt that like, we have amazing things like Chicken Shop in the UK. And I felt country music wasn't being platformed enough on that. I mean, Amelia's got so many bloody top level people now that I was like, I felt like they needed something a bit like that, but for country music. And so I was like, hey, and you know what? I'll say, Amelia, like, I drew from you. Like, I definitely did. And I think I find that quite weird actually at the moment. I'm finding like, where's the line creatively of like what people can copy and what's just an internet trend and how, like, where's the line? Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like 10 years ago, we didn't have this sort of like thing of knowing what everybody else was doing all the time. Do you find that? I don't know.
I don't think anybody would want to copy me.
Do you know what? I should take it as flattery if I see something like, hang on a minute, that seems a bit familiar.
Well, this is it. If someone's copying you, well, you've got something.
Yeah, true.
If they're talking about, copying you and what have you, or even if they're slating you.
Yeah, that happens.
You've got something. But if people need to speak publicly about somebody and slate them, you're still doing okay, because if you weren't nothing and you weren't a threat, they wouldn't even bother commenting, Oh
yeah, I've had a lot of that.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of that from, I wouldn't say backlash. I'd say that's maybe a little bit strong, but like I think, country music was always for a very long time an older audience in the UK, and it was kind of not as cool as it is now. It's kind of moved on and split out in the genres in the last couple of years. So it's got a lot younger, like the audience is skewing younger. And I think there is a traditional audience in the UK who just don't enjoy the younger audience coming in. They think the ticket prices are going up. They think they're badly behaved at gigs because they're trying to have a party and have a good time, whereas the older audience like to sit there and have it more as like a recital. And I think everyone's just sort of feeling a bit frustrated with each other. And then in comes me, figurehead of all of that, coming in and mucking about with their favourite artists. And they go, whoa, she shouldn't be able to do that. And where's she come from? And she doesn't have the credentials and things like that. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't have the credentials. No, I haven't cut my teeth in radio. I don't know what I'm doing. I started this just randomly on my friend's sofa. But there's something in it that feels like, I don't know, it's just nice with like podcasting. I'm sure you feel this, like when it feels like you're talking to a friend, or it's a friendly, relaxed, and it doesn't feel like a formal interview. And I think the talent always like appreciates that so much.
Absolutely,
So yeah, it's an interesting thing. But like, I think podcasts in general get a lot of heat from traditional anything. Like it's just a new format and a new thing that people don't know what it is, but they know everyone loves it. And it's just like, it's an interesting time to be a part of it. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, this is it. You know, there's something for everybody. Podcasts now, there's business, there's real estate, there's music culture, there's fashion, there's beauty, aesthetics. There is something for everybody. So whatever you're into, whatever you want to listen to, what you want to eavesdrop in on, you can do. It's a bit like
eavesdrop, isn't it?
It's a bit like an OnlyFans, but without the sexual content, isn't it?
I don't know. Have you seen my podcast?
I don't know. I mean, you're getting your feet out and things like that.
Oh God, people will be paying money for me to put my feet away.
Me too. Used to be a dancer, like pig trotters.
God, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, they're battered. But like I'm saying, like, you know, we've OnlyFans, don't know I'm going there, but there's a niche for everything. And I think it's the same with podcasts. You know, you can listen to anything, you can watch anything that you want. There's a subject out there for you to listen to, which is a wonderful thing. It really is. So with your podcast, how did that start for you? Tell me the backstory to you starting your podcast.
Well, so I was getting married to a wonderful guy. I really cannot say enough how much he was wonderful. We were together for about 6 years, and we were living down in Devon. Now, we'd moved down there kind of like to do the dream. Like, he was a builder, and we were renovating houses, and he was loving it.
Which part of Devon were you in?
Near Salcombe, so just opposite Salcombe. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful, but middle of nowhere stuff, you know, but beautiful. And do you know what? We were having a really great quality of life, but I couldn't find my thing that was going to be my thing. Like, we were developing houses, but I was Matt's girlfriend. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't my own self, and I was doing freelance stuff. I didn't really find my thing. And I kind of was pushing that down a little bit. I was kind of like going, it doesn't matter. We'll get married, we'll have babies, we'll do the things. And like, you know how it's just very easy, even if someone's wonderful, how you can just like start to identify as like the relationship is everything. You don't have anything for yourself. You are a part of this bigger thing, and you just think, what happened to me? I was kind of having those feelings anyway. And Matt knew that, as in like, he knew I was struggling to find my thing. But the problem is that I went on my hen do to Nashville, because obviously I've always loved country music. So I took some of my friends and we went, let's go to Nashville for my hen do. So we're like 3 months out of the wedding. And I go and have, I'd say probably maybe like a full week with my girls, which at, you know, how old was I then? Like 31, 32. At that age, it is quite rare to get all your girls in one place, to be away from your partner. You all live with your partners, people got kids, all that sort of stuff. So it was the first time I think I'd spent a full week away from my ex maybe 6 months at least. And you know, when you suddenly feel lighter, brighter, happier, more connected with yourself, more connected to things. And I just was in Nashville and I thought...
start to refine yourself, don't you?
Honestly, and it was awful because it was a horrible feeling. I was on my hen do and I was feeling happier without him, and I was thinking it was awful. And I was going bonkers and just getting absolutely messed up and drunk as hell, because I was just like, and all my friends were like, is something all right? Is she all right? Is everything all right over there? But I was just like, what, I didn't know what else to do, but I knew I was in Nashville and I was like, I've always loved country music. I've always thought, when I used to watch Nashville, the TV program, if everybody watched that and like things like that, I was like, God, I would love to work there or live there or do with things there. And I just thought, do you know what? I think I've got to work in country music. And I just knew when I was coming back on that plane, I was like, if he wants to continue doing the things he wants to do, I need to go and do this on my own. And so, I came back, called off the wedding, broke both our hearts. And then I just was like, you know, when you have a really awful breakup, especially the ones where you actually really like the person, they haven't done anything wrong. They're really hard. And so I just decided to throw myself feet first, and I just went to my friend Ozzy. I said, look, would you humour me? I want to start a country music podcast. I think there's nothing for it in the UK that really is like about a girl's perspective. It doesn't have like the traditional media sort of like they cover the whole thing, but there's nothing funny and silly and just a bit lighthearted. And how funny it is that, you know, when country artists come over, they're on the tube, like, you know, or they're going to the local pub, like in their cowboy hats. And like, there's something so funny and ridiculous about that. And I was like, we've got to cover it. We've got to do something like that in some way. And she sort of looked at me and went, okay, all right. Well, she's obviously going through a hard time. She's gone mad. And then we did like, I don't know, like 2-3 episodes, and like people started like liking it, and like we started getting followers. And I was like, oh my God. And then PR started saying, would you like to come to this? Would you like to come to this? Do you want to interview this person? And we were like, sorry, I thought this was just going to be like something to get me out of my breakup and like, you know, see where I landed and something to distract me. And then here we are now 2 years later, and it is popping. It is bloody popping.
It really is. It really is. And you've had some great guests on there as well. Some really great guests.
Yeah. I mean, we just did Tucker Wetmore this week. He's doing a tour in London, and he's like, oh my God, he's so hot. He's so hot.
I did look at your reels.
Yeah, he is divine. If you don't know Tucker Wetmore, get to know, because he is divine. He's like a Christian Bale. Like there's something going on there. But yeah, we've done backstage at Morgan Wallen. I've done the CMA Country Music Association red carpet, where we interview people like Leanne Rimes, you know, like huge names in country music. I'm trying to say people that people might know. We've got Luke Combs coming up in August, Combs, so I think that'll be a good one. We did Brooks and Dunn. We have done. I mean,
Riley Green and
Riley Green, my Riley.
Look at me. I know who you've done.
I crawled across the table to Riley Green, which was kind of a viral moment.
You did. I bet you did.
As he deserves that. But yeah, it's been like, it's been crazy. Yeah. And I will say also, when I had the idea for it, right? I don't think I've actually ever really said this publicly, but I'll say it now.
You say what you like.
I will say it publicly. When I first had the idea for the podcast, when I was coming out of that crazy breakup, I didn't know what was going on in my life. I was basically thinking I would help produce it because I knew the country music world, and I wouldn't actually host it. Right. I didn't think that it wasn't, at that point, I wasn't thinking like I want to be on camera and I want to be famous and I want to do this and that. I'm not saying I'm famous, but you know what I mean? I don't want to put myself in the public spot. And I wanted Megan McKenna to do it. I thought she would have been perfect because I know that she loves country music, and she's also a British icon. Yeah. And she's a girl. So I was like, I think I did send some email off to Megan McKenna's management being like, I've got an idea. And they were like, spam. Right. Immediate spam. Who is this? So then I was like, you know, it was one of those, fine, I'll do it myself. But it's been interesting kind of like going from a very extreme of like being in the middle of nowhere, off the grid with my ex, you know, not really even posting on social media, to be honest, and just having a lovely, quiet, simple life, to now putting myself in what feels like a place where lots of people can comment on me, people can troll me, people can, you know, and that doing that at like, especially in your mid-30s when you thought you were going to go off and have a quiet life and make some babies, to then like now making my whole life vulnerable, talking about my life, talking about my dating, talking about all this stuff, talking about my ex. It's just like a huge, weird flip. And especially when pretty much all my friends around me are doing the other thing. They're like, what are you doing?
How are you navigating that? How do you actually find that? So when you are putting yourself out there rather publicly, you're talking about your personal stuff and your experiences and stuff, do you find it exciting, or are you finding it sometimes hard to navigate?
I mean, I can yap, so I will say,
me too.
You know what I mean? I'm a bit of an open book like that.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to date. It's really hard to feel, I don't know about you, but like, I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but because I have this conversation with my friends all the time. Do I put what I'm doing on the apps? Do I say what I'm doing? Obviously, people ask you what you do, but you can kind of palm it off and be like, oh, I'm radio, or I do media broadcasting. I don't know. You can palm it off for a bit. But I sometimes find like putting what I do out there is either a massive turn off to people, or it's a massive turn on to the wrong people. So maybe people who just like really want free gig tickets, or like people who just like the idea of going out with a podcaster, but they're not really, do you know what I mean? Like I find it quite like, I almost want to like date them for like 3 days, like them thinking that I work in a bank, because, and I'm not famous, but it's more about the privacy thing. Like it's more about the fact that that I would potentially be talking about my dating life about them or things like that, because I do intertwine it with, you know, the podcast and what's going on in my life.
And there's a balance, isn't it, as to what you want to be comfortable talking about with your personal life and what you actually do want to keep private. Yeah. You know, that's it. So, you know, I guess you've got some private things that you don't want to talk about, right?
Oh, I mean, hasn't everyone?
So let's talk about the next question. How's your sex life?
Awful right now. Awful.
I'm winding you up.
No, I
You don't have to talk about it.
I will tell you.
But I mean, I'll listen if you want to talk about it.
Well,
I'll
'cause
listen.
I'm literally going to Casey Musgraves tonight. She's got a song called Dry Spell. I literally feel like that. I feel like you get to a point in your singledom as a woman, right, where you are, you come off a breakup, you come out of a big breakup and you're like, I love everyone. Let's go date. Let's have it out. Like, let's go and like,
yeah,
you know, let's go. And I had that. But I think now I've got to the point where I'm like, I do not want anyone disturbing my peace.
Yeah, this is
I
it.
just don't want it. And
I think
hard.
when you're out there,
Not literally.
and you're when you're out there and you're giving a lot, and you've got to be entertaining people, and you're putting stuff there. Sometimes you just need to shut the world away and just have time to yourself.
And do you feel like sometimes, because I feel this, like sometimes almost feel like I'm being like duplicitous, because like when I'm on in this situation, I'm like, let's go. And then I'll go home and I'll just be quiet with my dog. And I'm like, wait, are these two factors of myself, or am I like, where does it, do you know what I mean? Like where
does it meet?
It feels like sometimes when you're doing something you love and you're all guns blazing for it, then when you go and rest and recoup, you're kind of like these mad highs and these mad lows.
Oh, absolutely. So for me, I've always kind of been that way. I only like my own space and my time alone when I'm absolutely burnt out and tired, which can happen quite frequently.
Yeah.
But I just want to be in bed.
But you do a lot of stuff with people, so it's a lot of people that you're meeting and draining, and people that are asking you things.
There is. So I'm sorting things out. I'm organised and everything. So with my tour, I book my tour. I sort my tour out myself and everything. That's it. It's all organised and done by myself. And then I'm organised with my tech team that come with me and everything else. So I'm always on. Then the whole podcast stuff, it's all done by me, and it's all sorted. It's a lot of organising. So I do all of that, and then you do the tour and you're on stage, and I'm giving quite. It can be emotional, but I like to have fun with the audience. I like to be, and that's who I am. I'm lighthearted. I like to, you can be very sad and you're going through your grief, but then I will make you laugh as well.
That's what we need.
And we've got to have that, because life is for living, hence why I'm talking to the living.
Yeah.
And it's all about, but after that, you can be exhausted and you're on your own, and you can be in your own hotel room on your own. Like, I've got to be around hundreds of people. Now I'm on my own. What do I do? And I love people. I do. So even in my private life, I'm always with friends. I love going out. I love being with friends. I love talking. I am a talker. And what I've noticed now that I'm 22 is that I don't know why you're laughing, it's true.
I was coughing.
Right. But what I've learned is a night out to me, yes, I love to have a dance and a boogie and, slam the shots down me and, dance on bars and show me ass and all the rest of it. But I do love conversation. So I love to start a night by sitting in a nice bar and having conversation and catching up with my friends and listening about what they're going through and their lives and stuff. And I generally am interested in people. And then later on, we go wild.
Yeah.
So you see, Katie, if you have a night out with me, you're not going to get home till the birds are chirping and the sun comes up.
I know, because we'll be talking for hours and then we'll start dancing at like 4.
Do you line dance? It's well doing country. You don't.
So I think that comes back down to like some like sport trauma. I just think line dancing it's for some people's brains and it's not for others. I like to watch it. I find it fascinating. If you ever go to Nashville, there's this place called the Nashville Palace, and it is unbelievable. There's like hundreds of people line dancing, and they don't tend to line dance to, we think of line dancing, we think of like Shania Twain, and we think of steps or something.
Oh, absolutely.
But like over there, they dance to like hip hop.
Oh,
they
really?
line dance to like to the left, to the left, to the
right. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. Like
Absolutely. You see, I used to teach line dancing.
Really?
Oh yeah, but when I was on ships.
Oh yeah, it's big.
It's one of the day duties that I have to do. Go on, Stuart, you do the line dancing, or the shit kickers waltz, as I called it.
I bet there were some days you were like, no,
I would have
to
do it. Achy breaky heart, that got played over and over again. Absolutely. Grapevine to the left. Grapevine to the right.
Stop it.
Literally.
We actually got offered Billy Ray Cyrus the other day to interview. Yeah. So it's in the works. But I mean, the Hannah Montana of it all for me. I was like,
I'd come. Can I come?
oh my God, we have to go to LA.
Oh, you have to go to LA?
Yeah.
That's my babe, even better. Even better.
Even better.
Even better.
Billy Ray Cyrus and LA.
Your podcast just got bigger.
I know. Literally, my crew, got a whole crew coming. But yeah, that was like, I was like.
Well, I hope that comes off for you. Is that all in the works? Or?
It is. It's just really difficult with like, obviously, you know, travel. Like there's so many artists over in America that are saying, oh, come over and do it. And you think, wow, I really want to go over and do it. But like, I wish I could just clone myself and have one in America the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't actually want to live in America anymore. I think I've decided it's always kind of a fantasy, but I think I really am proud of the fact that I'm British and I love country music, and I don't think I want to like try and be American, and I don't think, you know, I don't walk around in Tesco with a cowboy hat on. Some people do. Some people really love that fashion in the UK and like all for it, but it's not for me. Like I do prefer to kind of like maybe have a hint, you know, I'm a bit of camo today, but like generally speaking, I prefer to like be who I am, but I just like the music, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I'm going to go to America, but I know that it's a lot of people's dreams. So I do respect it. I mean, you know, it is amazing over there, isn't it?
Oh,
you know, can't fault it.
I mean, I was out there,
but...
well, all of my 20s, I was out there, you know, I was, and it wasn't until I got to 30, just before I turned 30, I think, I came back, and here I've been living ever since. But yeah, it's a great place.
Do you miss it?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I miss it for what it was, but I think, you know, things change and stuff, and people move on and what have you. But I loved it.
Yeah, it is an amazing experience.
I mean, for what I can remember of my 20s.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a great time, and I loved it, and I got to see the world, and I travelled and met some fantastic people. There's some great nights and what have you. I mean, we were talking about, because you've just got back from Florida, haven't you?
I have. I've literally got the t-shirt on, which is really embarrassing.
But, and did you go out? Did you experience the nightlife, the partying and whatever?
Oh my God. So I went to a festival, country music festival there. But they also had like, it was really interesting. They had country music artists. So Riley Green was headlining.
Yeah.
Kenny Chesney. Post Malone was headlining one of the nights as well.
Okay, yeah.
But they also had like acts like Ice Cube and like Uncle Cracker and like rap artists that were like kind of like also, it was kind of felt like being MTV Spring Break.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. I'd actually never been there before. It is, you know, you do get a culture shock when you're British and you're going to like proper American crowds. Like the team over there were like, we'd love to get you on the stage at some point in a Union Jack dress, you know, just to like sort of promote that you're here. And I was like,
Jerry Halliwell.
Literally, that was me. But wait for it, because I was like, I literally think I'm going to die here, because the American fans, you know, they are proud of country music being theirs, and they don't want the UK coming in and saying it's theirs too. Like, I think, well, that was maybe a massive generalization, but I think in that context, I was a bit like, gosh, are they going to literally lynch me off the stage here? Because like, I'm coming in like, hey, I'm British. They're like, what are you doing here? But I think, I mean, look, the acts, when they come over here, most of the acts are choosing to launch their albums in London because they just think it's kind of like how we want to break America, isn't it? The American acts want to break the British crowd. So it's very, very special to the country music industry, I think. I think it's sometimes interesting. I worry about the American fans, like, why is this British girl telling me about country music? But I think it's not me telling them about country music.
No,
it's just trying to find fun ways of getting more out of their favourite artists in a weird, funny way.
That's it. Showing them a different side, you know, and kind of highlighting parts of them that maybe haven't already been highlighted. You know, and that's great. It's a great angle to kind of go at and find your niche with that.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
So after, if we go back a little bit, obviously you were going to get married. That was kind of called off and what have you. Where are we now with love? Do you think it's going to be a Nashville guy, a country guy, or is it going to, where are we at?
I will say this. It's not the artist you need to look out for. It's the tour managers. They are so fit.
Oh, really?
It's the people. It's the tour managers. It's the videographers. It's the ones in the team. They're the cool hot ones. They're all married and they all seem to have like lovely wives back in Nashville. But I tell you, they are the ones to watch. But I think...
Oh, no, I don't hire anybody that's fitter than me.
I'm like,
sorry, too fit. Off you go.
I need someone to help me with an event next week. And I need just like someone who's a DJ to like help. And I literally put out on the Instagram, like, anyone got any DJ friends, preferably if they're hot. Like, I'm like, hire the hot people. We need more hot people. I'm HR, so it's fine.
Really? Wow. So who's got the best tour manager then? So out of all the artists that you've interviewed...
I couldn't say, because then they might hear and then they'd know. but I know in my head.
Really?
Yeah, well, Nashville guys are hot. But I will say that Americans generally, I don't know if it's just their culture, but I do feel that like British people, we hold back on getting married so early. They get married a bit earlier. It's religious and things like that. So I think a lot of them are taken. I mean, lots of my normal school friends, they're like, well, you're going to meet some cowboy, you're going to meet some this, that and the other. But I think realistically, when I actually think like, what is my perfect man? It's someone, I always would love a tree surgeon. Like I just love like that lumberjack, that like a British cowboy.
Oh, a British cowboy.
You know, a farmer, a something, a builder. You know, I'm a sucker for a tradie. God, that sounds a bit
So
rude.
you want a tree surgeon?
I'd love a tree surgeon.
Someone that's good at dealing with wood.
Someone who I can climb.
Swing from.
Yeah, absolutely. Who's good at dealing with stiff objects. I think
yes.
it's more like I keep on saying I want an analog man.
An analog man, okay.
So this is a phrase that I think people are using a lot more now. It's
Right.
basically a man who doesn't really he doesn't curate his Instagram. He's not even on Instagram. He doesn't have social media. He is analog. He basically uses his phone like it's a 3310. Like, you know, it's just
Right.
texting. Maybe he doesn't even use it for 5 days. He's just off grid. But therefore he would like, I think maybe that's me craving it because I feel like he would then like me for who I am at my simplest rather than like trying to jump on the bandwagon for something that is fun. Because it is fun. And like, you know, with podcasting, I think it looks a lot easier than it is. And people look at it and they go, that looks so fun. It looks so easy. How did she get it? I want it. And then when they do it or try it, they realize it's intense. It's difficult. You have to have a certain like... Yeah, I don't want to like big ourselves up. Like, look at us, we're so good at it. But it is so much harder than it looks. Having a conversation with someone is one thing. Having a conversation on camera is a completely different beast.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
It really can be, yeah. And I think, I mean, I've had a discussion with a lot of people that run podcast rooms as well, and they've told me like the sort of statistics of people that try to create a podcast and then give up sort of 3 days into it because it's harder than it looks.
Expensive.
It can be expensive, and it's harder than it looks to try and keep that conversation going and know what questions to ask to keep it engaging for an hour. And it you know, people, they can find it difficult.
Yeah.
But for me, I mean, I just love to chat with anybody.
I know, same. So it's just like, I could go and talk to that wall. I could make a podcast about that wall.
You know, but then that's what makes it real, because it is you. I think if you're trying to be somebody that you're not and you're trying to force it, that's when it's not going to be successful.
Or emulate something that's already there. Like just
you've got to be authentic. Authentically you.
You know, you draw from other things, but like bring some of your own flavour to it. Why are we listening to you? You know, or why are we watching you? Or,
that's it.
But that's like with everything in life.
Absolutely.
I think.
So at the moment with yourself, then, has there been any dating? Anybody?
So I had like I was dating someone for about. The best part of a year, let's say. Like, we were a bit on and off.
Okay.
But we had like a big end last year.
All right, enough of your personal life. She had a big end.
I wish I had a big end. Be
nice to him.
Well, no,
poor guy.
No, he did. Well, he did. Trust me, I would not waste time if he didn't. But he, it's so interesting. So we had a big, like, you know, I probably shouldn't say this in case he listens, but he wouldn't listen, I don't think.
Doesn't matter.
He's analog.
He's
off the social, so I don't think he'll catch it.
No one's probably going to watch this anyway. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. But he, at the ripe old age 35, he decided in an argument to bring his mum into it. So he left he stormed out the house.
Yeah.
And I was like, fine, we'll call him down, fine, whatever. He comes back in and I look at his shoes and I go, they're weird shoes. And I look up and it's his mum. He'd sent his mum in, no warning, nothing, and just to tell me about myself. And at that point, I was like, now, this is where I end this and you never see me again. I literally said to him, I said, and this is where you never see me again. Goodbye. And I haven't. I blocked him on everything, blocked his mum as well, because apparently she just turns up everywhere she was. So I blocked everyone. No. And I was like, I don't need this. Like, I'm like, you know, I'm in a different point in my life. I'm not tolerating any of that stuff. Like, I just had a wonderful ex-fiance. I'm not going to like, you know, I'm not dealing with someone like I'm 21 and I'm, dealing with someone's mother. No, it's not where I'm at. So I was like, whatever, bye.
Because it kind of sets the ground of what's going to happen.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine being married to that.
No, thank you.
And then you've got to deal with the mother-in-law.
No, it doesn't matter how hot you are. It doesn't matter how good everything else is. I'm not dealing with that. It's also just someone who can't regulate and someone who can't not fight their own battles, but they can't find the way to communicate themselves. Even if, like, I'm not saying I was right or anything in certain situations, but I think you need to find the way to, like, come together, and you need to be able to fight well if you're in a relationship. Anyway, he was super hot, but like that was his downfall. Anyway, so I blocked him on everything.
Did you?
What do I get yesterday? Text saying, I'm so sorry how it has ended. I was like, what number's this? Off his work phone.
That was just yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh,
6 months later. No, maybe more. I know.
So basically, what is his mum that got involved, isn't it?
I don't know, but I to be honest, I was like talking to my friend about it. I was like, I don't think I text back because I just don't think there's what good comes out of that. I'm not going to be with him.
Well, no, I mean, you know, look, if that door's closed, then close
Yeah,
it. But
don't you think?
what I mean is like how it ended. Well, it's because you got your mum involved.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You know, it's like, it's a bit
just like
icky,
also
isn't it?
Very icky. I was like, I can't ever look at you in the same way. You're not attractive to me anymore. Do you know what I mean?
So, is there anybody else since then?
No.
No one. Right,
I will say I've been busy. I've been traveling an awful lot. And
darling, traveling, a jet setting.
I've just been traveling so much. Literally from like here to like Surrey. But I just feel like I haven't thought about dating at the moment. It feels like, you know, when you're like building something and it's so busy and it's like, it's at that point where it's either going to happen for you or it could not. And my friends, and I think this goes back to when I was with my ex-fiance, my friends would tell you that I do get quite distracted by men. Right. Like when I'm in it, I really am in it and I can lose myself in that partner. And I think I just really want to protect that I've built something professionally for my career, that I don't want to lose myself in a partner right this second.
No, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's a crucial moment when something starts to work. So I don't know. But I would love to hear you tell me about what might be happening in my love life.
I'm just listening to you talking. I just feel that there is a Scott. There's a Scott.
Scott?
And
interesting.
What I will say, go on.
Do you think they're Scottish?
No.
Oh,
no,
it's actually someone called Scott.
Yeah. You're saying that there's work in America and you keep getting asked to go out there a lot and what have you. Mm-hmm. Before you go out there, there is something that's going to be happening here in this country and it's going to propel your career. Now, I don't know what's happening in this country sort of September, October, November time of this year. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that gets busy for you, if that is to do with podcast guests or whether there is an abundance of guests coming over here or what. But September, October, November is when you get very, very busy and it's really starting to get fast for you with work. Things then start to get really hot and heavy and things are happening very, very fast. There's like trending on social media and, you know, lots of things. And we really start to hear more and more about you. You then get asked even more to go over to America and you will be going. And I'm not saying that you're going to be out there forever or you're going to be living out there. But when you go, it's not just going to be a week or two, my love. It's going to be weeks on end, probably a couple of months. And there's going to be work. You're dipping in, you're dipping out. You're literally spending probably like 50 and 50. And it starts to get big. Yeah. Because let me tell you, we are just scratching the surface of what you can possibly do with that country music. And if you do it well, which I think you will, because you're knowing the right ingredients and the right balance of how to get this, how to get people on board. And trust me, in the last few years, country is it's going. Yeah. But if you do this well and you set out to do what you said you're going to do and how you're going to do it, my love, you're going to be here, there and bloody everywhere. I know. You really are. And maybe Scott's going to be involved. Maybe it's him. Maybe he'll be your tour manager. I just would really like Scott to stay back and look after my dog while I'm away. That would be really handy, Scott, if you're out there, if you like dogs. Because my dog, Dolly Porter, that's what I worry about. You got what? Dolly Porter? Dolly Porton. Dolly Porton. I love that name. Poor. Dolly. I get it. I get it. Who are you talking to here? I get it. I heard it the first time. Dolly Porton. I love it. I know. She's so cute. What kind of dog is she? Cockapoo. Which I found out yesterday, cockapoos are born entertainers. Really? How mad is that? Because if you think about it, cockapoos are like that. They love to be like, hiya. They are all about, aren't they? Yeah. See, I've got a Tibetan Terrier cross with a Cocker Spaniel. So they're Tibetan Terriers. He's just like a teddy bear. He loves to be centre of attention. Especially there's food around. Oh, he loves food. You'll find that too with a cockapoo because they've got the cocker spaniel in them.
Yeah.
Loves food.
They love food, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They will wolf it down.
Always hungry.
Yeah.
Always hungry.
Although Dolly started getting afraid of her own dinner bowl the other day. She goes through like these phases of like being afraid of something for like a week and then she gets over it. And she was like afraid of her own dinner bowl. And I was like, you're really going to have to get over this because otherwise you will starve to death. Like, I am not serving this on like a platter every day or something else. It was so mad.
I wish I had that problem when I'm trying to like lose weight.
I know, wouldn't that be better than Ozempic, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
Let's just get afraid of our plates. Oh my God, it's a plate.
Never eat again. But yeah, that is what I see for your future, my love. I just feel that there's going to be lots of busyness and what have you. The thing is though, is that you don't know what you're doing. Right. So I just feel,
I don't.
Right. At the moment, you're at this kind of stage in your life, and this is all coming to me now because we've not even spoken about this, but I feel that there is a chunk of money where you're not knowing what to do with it. And I don't know if this is savings or what that you've got, that you've accumulated and stuff. It's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to put this. I don't know what to do. I don't know whether I should just settle and do this and buy this and, live my life here or whatever. I'm going to need that because I'm going here, there and everywhere. And all I'll say to you is hold on to it, leave it where it is. Don't put anything into anything at the moment because after that September, October, November period, you'll know. You'll be like, right, no, if I'd have done that, then if I'd have put that money here and, locked it away or put it in somewhere where I can't have easy access to it, you're going to be screwed after that September, October, November period. You're going to need it because it's not in a bad way. No, don't pull that face. It just gets busy and it's exciting for you.
It's a funny thing at I'd say, and I don't know if anyone listening has ever experienced this, but when you are not doing the thing everybody expects you to, the trajectory of things that you expected to, that when you get, if I find finance is quite an anxiety driving thing. I think a lot of people do, but I think, most of my friends have gone and put that money in a house, in a mortgage or in a this or in that. And I've just gone, I'm going to go to Nashville next week or whatever it is. And I think you sort of get a weird feeling of guilt when you invest in your career at this stage as a woman. I think it shouldn't be, but you do get it because you look around and everybody else is saying, well, we've just bought a new lawnmower and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, well, I've just, as I say, bought a one-way ticket to Austin. It just feels like, even though I know it's an investment and I know it's investment in me and I know it's investment in the project, I think you can get very wrapped up in what everybody else is doing. But then, I also look at people spend a lot on weddings and they don't always happen or, go through I lost a lot of money on the wedding and things like that. So it's just sort of I don't know. It's definitely finance is I think it's an anxiety thing for anyone. But I think when you're stepping into the unknown, especially as a single woman, when you had it all, I had that stability. I had a partner who was, well off and it was stable and great. And we had a great future ahead of us. To now be dipping into it just makes me it makes you feel almost a bit sick. Whereas if I was 25, I think I'd be like, yeah, throw everything at the wall. Who cares? But it's just society's pressure comes in and goes, well, you should have done these milestones and you should be thinking about having kids and you should be doing that. And to invest in myself almost feels selfish when everyone else around me is investing in young children or getting them to school or buying them somewhere in a nice area. And I'm just I'm off to go and,
Honey,
be in Florida. It just feels mental.
You do what you need to do and what you want to do in your life because my goodness, we're not here for a long time.
No.
It's only here for a short time.
No.
Live it how you want to live it.
Yeah.
Don't follow no rule book.
Yeah. And if I'd have stayed in Devon and I was sat there now, I would be sitting there. I'd have a wonderful life, but I would be sitting there having that itch and feeling resentful and it would be miserable for everybody involved. And I'd have made my ex's life miserable. And that's most important. I've got my own choices, but how your choices affect other people, I knew it was the right thing to say, you go do you and I'll go do me. Even though at the time it was awful, I'd say he would sit here now and say he was thankful for it in a lot of ways. You're
literally talking to me about how your life would be in Devon and stuff if you'd have carried on and how kind of bored you'd be. And I'm just envisaging the just shows you that I'm not straight. The song by Liza Minnelli, City Lights.
Oh yeah.
Do you know that song?
Yeah,
Do you? City Lights. There you go. Of course, you're musical theatre. Of course, you're going to know that.
Liza.
But you know the lyrics to it all. Wait,
which lyrics are you thinking
City
of?
Lights. All of it.
Oh yeah, to be fair,
all of it. The whole song, it's like that. Needing excitement.
It's
and
that
missing that buzz.
It's also Miley Cyrus' "Slide Away." I always think that is quite poignant on my life. I'll go back to the city lights. and you go back to the ocean side or something. It's just, yeah.
Hey, me.
Yeah, well, whoever comes into my life, just don't bring your mum in, okay?
Well, yeah, this is it. You're dating you. You know, I'm just dating the guy, not the mother.
No, although you always kind of are dating the mother. That's the problem when you've always got to, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But I'm sure you will. I just really feel...
Scott's around the corner, wherever he is.
Scott's around the corner. Scott's supply within. But I do feel, I just feel that's
You've created a real problem for me now, because if someone called Scott walks into a bar, I'll be like, it's you. You're it. And he's going to be like, please leave me alone. You're insane.
We're literally going to be walking out of here later around
like,
Mayfair.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Scott.
Go, Scott! Scott!
I'm going to be going on all my Instagram followers. Yeah.
You're like, it'll do.
Look at my followers later and be like, is it him? Is it him? Is it him? Is it him? Should I DM him?
Oh, if you get inundated by messages from Scott, you're going to have to let me know after this.
Do you know what I should do? I should do a call out on all like the on all the girls that follow me in the UK and be like, have you got a friend called Scott you want to set me up with?
A friend called Scott.
Yes. Do you know what? And then I'll do it as an episode.
Do that.
We'll get 3 Scotts in the room.
Interview them.
Yeah. Like blind date.
Oh, and right. I interview them.
Yeah.
And
I can't see them.
You can't see them,
it's
but I will
date.
tell you which Scots you should be having a date with, which one, because like I will see like whether you're spiritually connected to them or not, whether your star signs are aligned and what have you, and I kind of like predict which Scot I think is going to be the best one for you, then set you up on a date.
What star sign do you think would be best suited to me? I'm a Libra.
Oh,
27th of September.
Okay, so 27th of September. Now, see, a lot of my family were Libra. So I'll tell you this for nothing. So my nan was a Libra. She was a fabulous woman. And she was married to my granddad, who's an Aquarius.
Ooh.
An Aquarius, yeah. And they were married, all of their life, 50 odd years and stuff. They never spent a day apart. And they had that chemistry.
Oh, really?
They really had that
like chemistry.
Oh, they
like
loved
funny
each other. They loved each other and they made effort for each other. And it was a wonderful relationship to watch in a way. He idolised her and she idolised him, absolutely. Yeah. So that's where my mind kind of goes to. Yeah.
If you're called Scott and you're an Aquarius and you're single.
And so this is it. And my nan, and I'm just talking on past experience rather than astrological here, when we can go into that. But yeah, and then my auntie was a Libra, bless her, she passed away a couple of years ago, her husband's still here. He was actually born in January. So my grandfather was born in January, he was an Aquarius, but my uncle is a little bit earlier on. I believe he's Capricorn. So both sort of January, and yeah, they were married for 50 odd years too. So there you go. There's something in it.
Something in it.
So January birthday in particular would be good. So we need a Scott that's born in January. You'll do. And if you like country music, big bonus. And I'd like another big bonus too. But that's another. A bonanza bonus.
That would be literally winning the lottery. So
there we go.
Winning the Scottery.
And then will I be able to meet this Scott? Can we have a night out?
Yes.
Me, you and Scott?
Yes. Well, I'll have to take you to Nashville. Me and Scott.
Darling,
trip
I'm
to
there.
Nashville.
I'm there. I would love it.
Oh my God, you would love it.
Oh,
you would love it.
I am there.
Get you on the Coyote Ugly Bar.
I will be line dancing and dragging it with me. I'll get you over your fears.
Oh, I don't know if I'll ever
and
get
if you haven't found Scott by then, me and you will go to Nashville. Yeah. I'll just get the microphone.
Yeah, be like, right.
I'll be like, Scott.
And
whoever turns around will do. You'll do. Buy this lady a drink.
You'll be like, my name's Rob. I'd be like, doesn't matter.
You turned around.
You turned around.
That's around.
You're the lucky one.
Literally.
Scott.
Yeah. That would be great.
Well, look, I'm excited. The world is somewhat my oyster.
So we're in that September, October, November period. Is there already plans for busyness there? Can you see?
Yeah, well, that's the time the CMA Awards are happening in Nashville. So that's like a really big time. Right. Megan Maroney is coming in September. I don't know if you know Megan Maroney, but she's a huge poly pop princess.
Me and her, we go way back.
Stop
it. We sit next to each other in maths and everything. No. I don't know who she is, sorry.
Honestly, get to know. She is like Sabrina Carpenter of country music.
Okay.
She is like, she used to date Riley Green. There's lots of songs about him. There's a lot of like back and forth, Fleetwood Mac kind of vibes.
Here.
Oh my God. The country music stars, they're all dating each other. It's like Fleetwood Mac. It's like soap opera.
Yeah.
It is honestly fascinating. When you get into the lore, it is like, oh my God, it's so deep.
So there's they write music about their exes and everything. You look at Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, no, she
date her, she's going to write an album.
Yeah. Like Like, you know, that it is like I think they do play into it a little bit, and like their teams play into it, but it is fascinating. It's like you're on the edge of your seat. And also I love it because you wake up as a UK fan in the morning, and obviously America's like happened in the night. So you'll wake up sometimes on like a Sunday morning and be like, and you'll have all this new gossip and new stuff because you're like, oh my God, because it doesn't happen in real time for you. So it makes them feel like imaginary characters, you know? It's great. But yeah, there's a lot of big gigs and good things happening in September to November. So who knows? Maybe that is going to be the time.
You'll have to let me know.
I will.
Get in touch with me like after November.
Yeah, and then we're going to Nashville and dance in the bars.
Then we go straight out to Nashville. I'd love that.
Stunning.
Now, not only do I, you know, see things for you and whatever, you know as well that I'm also a dream interpreter, my darling. So tell me about your dreams. See what's going on there.
I have a really big fear of heights.
Oh, okay.
And my nightmares would be me jumping off things, or people falling off things. Yeah. Cliffs or different things. So like people falling off things, or I'm falling off things. They're the ones that make, you know, when you do that thing in the sea of sleep. Yeah. So I get a bit of that. I do also dream about a lot of exes, I would say. Like when I'm in a shallow sleep in the morning, I'll dream about as if we're back together, as if mainly that they're still in love with me, which is just delusional. Oh, but like, you know, I sort of like, it's almost kind of like I dream we're back together, and then I wake up out of it and I'm like, oh no, we're not.
So when we dream about exes and stuff, it's about lessons that are learned and not wanting to repeat what's going on in the future.
Sounds about right.
So it is that. I mean, there's been people that are married to their current husband, but they're dreaming about their ex a lot. Yeah. And it's because everything's going great in your life with your partner and you absolutely love them and you adore them. But sometimes it's back in mind, you're like, oh, I hope nothing goes wrong with this because I love this relationship so much. And then you dream about your ex because you're like, you don't want that. That was a bad experience. It's not what I wanted. And it's just So we kind of have dreams in that way. And then sometimes you said about heights as well. Have they been recent? No,
I've had that all my life.
All your life?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So sometimes with that, it's again like taking risks and whatever in life and needing to, but having that fear. But there's also the science with that as well with dreams. If you're jumping up, it's usually like your nerves, you kind of going into a sleep at a different time to your nerves shutting down. Yeah. So
what's interesting is that when I was in my relationship with my ex-fiance and everything was great on this, you know, we loved each other a lot and cared about each other a lot. We were building this life. I started having night terrors in the last 2-3 years where I would wake up and I would feel like the room was filling with water, and I would scream and I would shout and I would wake him up, and like he'd be like, it'd be horrible for him because he'd think like we're being robbed or something, and I'd be screaming, shouting, saying, please, 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 stop. I'd like try and get out of the room. I'd be in hotel rooms and I'd find myself in the hallway. Like it was awful. And that maybe I assumed was like something that was my brain trying to tell me I was in something a bit too deep, or I felt like I was suffocating.
Needing to escape. So all those situations like someone's going to rob you or you're needing to escape.
Yeah.
It's escaping a situation that you're in.
Yeah.
And if you're having to run away, like you probably would have had dreams of being chased or needing to run but can't run. When you have those dreams, it's what I call the kick up the bum. So where it's not about the person that's chasing you, or sometimes it can be a creature that's chasing you, a shadow. You don't even know what it is that's chasing you, but you're needing to run. Yeah. It's not running away. It's actually the direction that you're going, because you wouldn't willingly go there yourself if you weren't being chased. You know what you've got to do, and you know that you've got to go in that direction, but you wouldn't willingly go there unless you're literally being forced and being chased to do it and make that decision.
Because that's literally what I knew in my gut, something wasn't right, but I didn't want to make the decision. Yeah. And now, since I made that decision to break up with them, I don't have night terrors at all anymore.
There you go.
They just went overnight, and they were such a big like thing in our relationship, because it meant that sometimes we slept in separate beds, because he'd be like, I just need to have a good night's sleep tonight, I'm sorry. And then that obviously has an effect on your relationship, and you think, oh, it won't, but it does. And like, and that I kept on having them. Kept on having them. I'd wake the dog up. You know, it'd be awful.
Bless you.
But yeah, once I found myself like undressed in a hotel lobby, because I'd like gone to bed like, you know, I had no clothes on or something. And then I found myself in the hotel lobby, couldn't get back into the door. I had to go down to reception naked.
Oh,
it was actually at the Hoxton in in the one in near Shepherd's Bush. It was after I got to Kelsey Ballerini concert. Got a bit pissed. I do admit that, but I had a night terror. Woke up, found myself in the hallway. Didn't have the room key. Had to go down to the Hoxton naked at 4 a.m. Being had to poke my head around. Being like, could you possibly just get me the room key? And like the lift back up was like the most silent, sad lift with me and like the receptionist like, ding.
And you got nothing on?
Nothing.
Oh my goodness.
Not a spot.
Oh, a very rock and roll lifestyle you have then.
I don't know. Yeah, really rock and roll. I had a night terror. But like, yeah, what must they have thought? I haven't been back. I can't face it.
Well, yeah.
I don't think I could go to, I have been to another Hoxton and just been a bit like this at reception.
So maybe I better not come to Nashville with you then after all, if you're doing
it's
that.
fine, I don't have the night terrors anymore.
We won't be getting kicked out of the bars or the nightclubs. No, we're just getting kicked out of hotels because Madam's here has had a night terror.
Honestly. No, it's fine now.
You get all these like rock acts that kind of trash a hotel and they throw TVs out the window and all of that. But you just get kicked out because
I'm just doing like nudity at 4 a.m. in the morning with the receptionist. Yeah, I'm just stripping in the lift.
Stripping in the lift.
Stripping in the lift. Imagine if someone else had got that lift, they'd be like, ding, like, what is going on? So worry about it.
Exactly.
Just don't look at me.
I reckon we'll still have a laugh though. We definitely will. We'll have to go to Nashville. I'd love it.
Yeah, have you never been?
I haven't not to Nashville. No, I really want to go. I do really want to go. Everybody keeps saying to me, Stuart, you'll love it. You'll love it.
You will love it.
So another guest came on. I need to go to New Orleans and experience the whole of the New Orleans scene. I need to go to Nashville and experience that. So I reckon there's going to be a little tour that I go on if you want to come.
Absolutely. Oh, I'll be there. I'll be there. Any excuse.
You've been a dream today. You really have. No, seriously, you really have. You're so down to earth. You're lovely to talk to.
Oh.
I hope you find that romance. I hope Scott comes forward.
I think Scott's good. I'm going to have to call you as soon as I meet Scott. Be like, oh my God, he's here.
Please record like a few episodes of you dating a few Scotts. I'd love that.
Yeah, imagine if they're like, he's like a tree surgeon called Scott.
That's very specific, isn't it? He's got to be a tree surgeon, dressed like a lumberjack, born in January, and called Scott. And fit and good with
Can't we just get AI to do this now? I feel like we're getting closer. Can we just build a man? Because I would happily just have an AI beard for the rest of my life. I'd be thrilled with that.
I'll send you an image later. I'll just get AI to
we're going to generate it. And be like,
well, this one too. It's got to look like this.
Yeah, we'll literally just get him cut out on a paper thing. And I'll be like the mad woman who lives with a paper
When you do your podcast next time, I want to see that in the background, a poster of this Scott dressed like a lumberjack.
Like, who's this? Like, don't worry about Scott.
And the only people that will know why you've got that are people that watch this podcast. Yeah. There we go.
So we'll just that will circulate.
Just confuse them.
That's all we can do.
Yeah.
All we can do.
You've been a dreamer, darling. I wish you every success. I really do.
You too.
I really think that things are going to get busy for you, both personally and with you and the whole country scene. It really is. Your podcast's going to fly, darling. It really will. Especially the end of this year, like I said.
Who knows?
So I wish you all the best. Please keep in touch with me, won't you?
I will do.
I'd love to have you back sometime.
Oh my God, I will.
Catch up with you. It'd be great.
I'm going to have to give you an update on everything.
Great. Oh, please do.
I'll bring Scott.
Please
Don't worry about it.
Well, everyone, that was the lovely Katie Atkin. What a dream she was. And I'll see you all next time.